Suzuki have gone completely nuts. Not only is it the Jimny and the Swift Sport getting the axe, the Swace is going and the Ignis is going, which means that from 2025 only, the A-Cross, the S-Cross, the normal Swift and the Vitara is available. That is it. And in my opinion there, you've pretty much stripped the soul from the metaphorical body that is Suzuki. And it's, yeah, I don't even know what to say about it. I'm quite gutted, to be honest, because it's another brand that's fallen to this EV nonsense, in my opinion. And I know you're all wondering why on earth they're doing this. Basically, Suzuki's reducing the European range of its petrol, mild hybrid and full hybrid models at that as well, to avoid having to pay fines for the manufacturers who exceed the new emission limits set by the EU, and it's going down yet again by 2025 to 93.6 grams of CO2 compared to the previous 95 grams. And it's not a massive jump, but it's clearly a decent enough jump for them to want to pull the plug on most of their current range. And as you all probably know, current Suzuki ranges all have 100% electrified, in quotation marks, powertrains, which is just your mild hybrid, full hybrid and plug-in hybrid, and that's the plan continuing on forward whilst they're still making stuff that includes internal combustion engines. And the first electric Suzuki is supposedly due to arrive in Europe in late 2025. And if it's anything like this picture that I'm showing you, the Suzuki EVX, with a creative name like that, I'm convinced that it will definitely not be a complete, boring, soulless, lifeless car to drive. It certainly is, looking at it anyway. It's just another electric egg that we're going to see on the streets, and we do not need any more of those. There's way too many at the moment, in my opinion. And I've actually found some European market sales figures for Suzuki for January to May 2024, so we're a couple of months out there, but it should do it justice anyway. So at number 7 we've got the A-Cross, the lowest selling car in the European market, and they're keeping it. They've actually only sold, supposedly, 363 across the entire 28 country enlarged European market. 6 we've got the Jimny, which I'm very, very surprised that they've only sold 365. That's one for every day of the year if you were to count it like that. At 5 we've got the Swace. Doesn't really surprise me because the Corolla, you see them everywhere. 1706 sold. Then the Ignis at 4th place, where we've got a massive jump to 17,822 sold. Sad to see the Ignis go, although it's one of the weirder Suzuki cars. I still don't mind it at all. I still think it's a good little car. Sad to see it go. Then we've got the S-Cross, which has sold 21,500 just over units in that time period. Understandable as to why they're keeping that. Compared to the A-Cross, no idea why they're keeping that. Then we've got normal Swifty, it's selling 22,852 units. They are keeping that, but obviously we've got to say bye to our beloved Sport, which I'm going to get onto in a second. And then at number 1, we've got the Vitara. Understandably, I thought these would be the most selling Suzuki in Europe, which is just shy of 30,000, 29,403 to be exact. Now, as for our beloved Swift Sport, it ends at the ZC33S. Now, I'm not actually going to complain about that because I didn't want them to go and make like a half electrified, completely boring, soulless Swift and call it a Sport when they've just put some bumpers on it and it would have been the exact same as the normal car. I heard some rumours somewhere, I don't know whether I mentioned this in my last video because I've already made a video covering this, and I was a bit iffy about whether they were going to make the Swift Sport then, and now it's confirmed that they're not going to. I can say that this rumour consisted of it literally just being body panels and interiors and wheels swapped over. There was going to be no major difference apart from a bit of a bump up in the power, but it would have been the same 1.2, 3 or 4 cylinder hybrid engines with just a bit more power. And to me, there's just no point in doing that. The Swift Sport has always had a different engine. It's always been more fruity than before, and I think again that just takes it away from it, honestly. And as I mentioned in the intro, there's one more car that we need to talk about here, and this is the new proposed Suzuki Cappuccino. And straight off the bat, this goes completely against everything that Suzuki have said and what I've covered in this video, because it's apparently getting a 1.3 litre turbo 3-cylinder GR engine, and straight away that makes me think, because of all this EU emissions stuff, that is instantly never ever coming to Europe. I can almost guarantee that. It will be probably for Whether it goes to North America or not, I don't know. It probably won't, to be honest. It might go to Mexico and Japan, or just a few odd markets like that, maybe Australia and stuff, but I don't know what the situation is down under with their emissions and stuff like that. If there's any Aussies, please do let me know, because I would like to know. I'm quite interested in this. And that won't actually be coming out until supposedly 2027, the cappuccino. So yeah, it's more than likely going to be a Japan exclusive, this, or a similar situation maybe with the Nissan 400Z, whether it just gets sold in a couple of markets or not. I really don't know, but again, we can probably guarantee that it never comes to Europe, put it that way. If I do say so, they could get away with it in the North American market, including the USA, because it would be a new rival to the MX-5, and the Suzuki haven't sold cars there in who knows how long. I actually don't even know how long it's been. It's been a number of years, good number of years. And another thing I'd like to touch on just quickly is, I'm pretty sure that 5-door Jimneys have just started being released in the Mexican market. I've seen a few on foreign market car sightings that have crossed the US border, just on visits and stuff like that. And yeah, I think it is just the European market that's being affected by this. It seems that if there's still continuing production of the Jimny elsewhere, that it is a completely European issue, which is sad, because none of us probably wanted to see this being Suzuki fans. So what's everybody's thoughts on this? International viewers, at-home viewers, European continental viewers, everybody, get in the comments, let me know what you think, what your views are on all this, because I'd love to know loads of different points of views on this, especially from all over the world, because that'll probably clear up a few more things and a few more points that I've brought up in this video. And I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it sort of open-ended. I'm not going to opinionise anymore, apart from the fact that I'm not keen on the European market going to full EV. But I don't think anybody is, for that matter. We don't like it as car enthusiasts. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, let me know what you thought in the comments, and I will catch you very soon when there's some more information about this. Take care.